Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. In this video, we're going to be taking another look at Cardano and I'm going to be telling you what I believe is next for this cryptocurrency. Guys, in yesterday's video, we updated you on where we were. We were looking at the 4 hourly and we said we had just made a pretty common trait that you see before something breaks out. For those of you who watched yesterday's video, you can attest to that. This here had essentially formed, and what we said was going to happen was if you sell down and you break above this EMA, essentially what that is an indication of is the fact that sellers have been exhausted and the buyers were indeed going to take charge. Because usually what you'll do, if you sell it down in this kind of a manner and you pop up above this EMA with some kind of momentum, you will continue upwards. And that did indeed come to fruition. We left the video on there. We wasn't really, we figured that was how it was going to play out, but we did film the video earlier before we had even broken out. And you have indeed broken out for Cardano. But ultimately what I want to do, guys, is perhaps take us away from a smaller time frame, take another look at a bigger time frame, show you what we think is coming for Cardano based on looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum and why Cardano follows these two cryptos in terms of structure. Ethereum follows Bitcoin and essentially Cardano follows Ethereum, but they both follow Bitcoin. So we're going to do that. We're going to be going over some news about Cardano and we're going to be talking about why the floodgates for cryptocurrencies are opening. At the end of the day, guys, I am a kind of novice TA guy, if you will. And ultimately, you know, I'm a macro investor. I'm in cryptocurrencies because I understand just how revolutionary blockchain technology is and what kind of a role these cryptos are going to play into the society, the new world that we are entering. And we are going to move more towards that and talking about that in this channel. However, you know, I know you guys like Cardano. I know you like the sort of price action. We were spot on in our call yesterday. You could have opened a long yesterday and you would have been significantly in the profits. In fact, let's just look at how much that would have made you. You know, you could have been up 26%, guys. So yeah, ultimately, you know, one thing I want to touch on is I'm already in this project and I have been for nearly 2 years now. So I'm very, very happy with my Cardano position. I haven't sold any of it. It's all staked away in various different staking pools. And ultimately, these videos are for you guys because I don't want you to miss out. People were getting very, very fatigued with this consolidation period. We've made sure to come on here every single day and tell you the same thing, essentially. The longer we consolidate, this is perfectly healthy. We've looked in a prior video at the last period of consolidation and why they resemble each other before we have this 3x. We're going to be going another confirming factor for why we believe Cardano is going to absolutely explode over the coming weeks and months, guys. And ultimately, we gave a price prediction of $7.50, which some people just thought was absolutely unrealistic. We told you why we thought that. When I asked people why they thought it was unrealistic, nobody really gave me an answer other than, you know, the price has lolled about for a while. Cardano's only in a year gone up like 2,000 and something %, but whatever. I think everyone's got, or quite a few people out there, get into the crypto market and they expect to buy something and it just shoot up in price, not knowing really anything about what they're getting into. That's the wrong thing to do it. Get sub to this channel if you are one of those people. Because we'll try and put you in the right direction. But ultimately, what I want to do, guys, is I want to focus on the bigger time frames and tell you why I think you have another big leg coming for Cardano that could essentially take us to $3 plus. And ultimately, we are still, I believe, in that Elliott wave theory that we mapped out that takes us up here to that $7.50 range and beyond, guys. So what I want to do is I want to compare Cardano to Bitcoin and Ethereum and show you a similarity, and it's really how. And for those of you who've been following the channel for long enough, you already knew that this was going to happen with Ethereum because we told you it was going to. Same way we told you Cardano was going to get to its all-time highs. The same way we said Ethereum was going to make a similar kind of structure to Bitcoin, which it's doing. You know, get sub to this channel, guys, because I actually, unlike, this is not my job, this is my passion. You know, this is, I own a business in the healthcare sector, which is why I can't come on here as much as I'd perhaps like to, because I'm busy with that. But I like to get on here. This is a really hobby and a passion of mine, and it's something, you know, the name of the channel is All in Crypto, and that's because I am indeed all in cryptocurrencies, because I understand where this is going. I'm young enough to kind of I don't really see too much of a risk. I think there's almost a bigger risk with holding your money in a bank and just not doing anything with it, to be honest with you. So what we're going to do, guys, that's enough of me rambling on, is we are going to, first of all, look at some news before we get into exactly what's going on with the charts and what we think is next for Cardano and why I think it's setting up for a bit of a big price increase. So Cardano staking goes live on Kraken Exchange. Well, a lot of you don't really see much significance with this, but this ultimately is another domino that's fallen and is going to contribute to the rest of those dominoes falling. You did have a bit of... some people don't quite like Charles Hoskinson in this kind of a world because he's very outspoken. He stands on what he believes in, which I can absolutely respect. And he doesn't really alter his views based on your opinion. You know, he says it how it is in a lot of times, and people don't quite like somebody that's outspoken of that. And ultimately, in some respects, it's done, as he is the face of Cardano, stopped maybe as much media coverage. You know, certainly when they were CoinDesk, it was few and far between when they were covering them, or certain exchanges perhaps had disagreements philosophically with the guy. You are now seeing the undeniable fact that Cardano can no longer be ignored come to the forefront. You know, this is just one exchange. And ultimately, one reason I'm so bullish on Cardano, perhaps more so than other cryptocurrencies, is because a large volume of it in terms of percentage, I can't remember, 70+%, I think is staked. Yes, I know you can, you know, really, unless you're on Binance or something like that, get out of your stake relatively easily. However, you know, it's a real vote of confidence, in my opinion, for Cardano. But what we're going to do, guys, so that's a bit of news. We're going to touch towards the end of the news why the floodgates for cryptocurrencies are opening, and why, you know, why we're essentially in this project and you know, made this YouTube channel, because we understand where this is going. So what I want to do, guys, is I want to look at Cardano, I want to look at Bitcoin, and I want to look at Ethereum. And I want to point out something very, very apparent to you that we've pointed out prior on this channel. It's how we made all these predictions. If you look at the structure, the same way that we looked at Bitcoin and Amazon back in the 2000s, or the dot-com boom before the 2000s, and we said, look, same thing's going on here. You have a revolutionary product such as Amazon that has, in the dot-com boom, appreciated to $107, gone all the way back down to $5. If you had only looked at the fact that Amazon was valuable, regardless of its price, remember, price is only one metric of value. We can weigh value up in a number of ways. You know, is a project actually valuable? How many things out there do we think are unvalued in terms of price that are, you know, exceptionally valuable? Like food, for example. Food is relatively cheap, certainly in the UK. It is going up with inflation, etc., etc. But ultimately, that's about as valuable as it gets when you think about it. And price doesn't really necessarily reflect that. But what I want to focus on is the fact that, you know, the structure is the same. It's absolutely the same. And ultimately, it's how we said Ethereum was going to make this leg that we have just seen, is because we looked at Bitcoin and we said, wow, they are following each other, or Bitcoin or Ethereum is following Bitcoin perfectly. You now have Cardano, which is lagging behind Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it's doing the exact same things. You can even see the consolidation periods. We did say before we'd even hit our all-time highs, we're going to get there and we're going to consolidate, and that's exactly what we've done. And how did we know that, guys? Well, we'll show you in this video, and this is going to give you an idea of what's next for Cardano. So let's start with Bitcoin, guys. We're going to fly through this, and then we're going to touch on some more sort of news. Hope you guys are all enjoying the content. We are going to be coming to you in 1080p. You can see that what Bitcoin did essentially was it broke its all-time highs. Then it capitulated around its all-time highs before then moving upwards and making this leg here. Ethereum did the exact same thing, guys. It broke its all-time highs, it capitulated, it went up a bit more, it capitulated in a more volatile manner. We know that altcoins are more volatile than Bitcoin due to the lack of volume, and then it made that leg that we were saying. And that's how we got to around about a $4,000 Ethereum, which is looking like it may indeed get to by the end of May. That's why you should get sub to this channel, guys. I can't tell you enough. You know, we actually care about you guys. Like I say, we're already into these projects, and we have been for a long time. It's you guys that I don't want to miss out on the opportunities. And that's the truth, you know. This, like I say, is not my job. It's a hobby of mine. I enjoy doing it. I love the cryptocurrency space. I can see real benefits to it. So anyway, let's just finish what I'm on about before I go sidetrack and start rambling on again. Same thing happened with Cardano. All-time highs, consolidate, come up a bit more, consolidate in a more volatile manner. This is where everyone was going Cardano as a stable coin. It's boring, you know, etc., etc. Then what everyone does is they get out the project, they look elsewhere for coins that are pumping, like Ethereum Classic or something like that right now, and then Cardano absolutely skyrockets, and you get this leg here that you got for not only Ethereum, you also got it for Bitcoin. You are indeed going to get it for Cardano, and I think that's going to take us well above $3, guys, and I think that's a matter of weeks or months away, to be honest with you. Now this thing has started rolling, and you are indeed, let's see what we can get here. You are indeed, in my opinion, will that bring up the 20? Yeah. Just a quick way of bringing that up. Let's change the color of that. You have indeed broken out. I mean, you absolutely have broken out, and you really want to stay above your prior all-time highs here, you know. And if you can do that, you can come back, you can test it, that's fine. If you can stay above it, ultimately, not only is Cardano going to get moving again, but the entire market, guys. You know, we've got big news coming out for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is coming to hundreds of US banks this year, says crypto custody firm NYDIG. This is the way the world's moving, guys. It really is, you know, and you have an opportunity to be a part of that and actually invest in that and grow your value or your net worth, you know, in accordance with it. You really have a great opportunity setting up right now. We're already in here. We have been for a long time. You know, we've been here 4 years. I know what I'm looking at. I'm not a genius. There's nothing. I've just been here long enough to sort of have taken note of what's happening and how these cycles move. I don't want any of you to miss out on what's coming, guys. And a coin like Cardano, with its fundamentals, its strength, we don't even have smart contracts yet. And it's at the price that it's at. Dogecoin reached like $80 billion. There's nothing going on there technologically. Yes, I understand the fact that memes can have power and that, you know, really values what the people decide they want it to be. But the realization that you're really only buying Dogecoin to make money and essentially sell it on to somebody else at a higher price, how long is that going to last for? A coin like Cardano has real fundamentals, real technicals, a great team, an ideology. You know, we saw what they did in Africa. We've been reporting on this project and coming here day to day, trying to make it different, but ultimately delivering that same message. This is the future. You have a choice to be a part of it or not to be a part of it. Investing has changed my life, and I believe that investing is one of the key elements to growing and becoming financially free. You know, I can't stress enough to you, that's what this channel is here. We want to help you. Not that some of you need help, some of you are just here because you want a bit of entertainment or something like that. You know, we can't tell you what to do. We're not financial advisors, but what I can do is go, hang on a minute, guys. Like we've just gone over, structure's exactly the same. These things repeat. Go look at the Wall Street cheat sheet. Go look at a number of other metrics that will help you decide whether a structure is kosher, through lack of another word, or not. And you'll see what you're looking at. And ultimately, cryptocurrencies, how much more news do we want? eBay coming out and saying that they're going to start, you know, accepting PayPal, you know, coming out and saying that you can now buy and custody cryptocurrencies on their platform. The entire world is moving towards this. And like I say, like the same way you see companies buying cryptocurrencies or certainly Bitcoin, because they understand that cash is trash at the end of the day. When you get paid, the timer, from the second you get paid, you get your paycheck, the timer starts and that value of the cash that you've been paid starts to decrease. It's a perpetual short. What cryptocurrencies are offering is an alternative system outside of that, outside of government control, outside of, you know, I wouldn't say outside of government control, because ultimately, you know, they are going to, we see this with KYC and stuff like this, gain some sort of a control of it, if you will. What's the value of that technology that gives you an alternative hedge against what appears to me, and I'm not saying it is, to be a failing system? What happens if everyone goes, hang on, just as a bit of a hedge, you know, all these rich billionaires go, well, you know, we'll keep some money in cash, but we'll put 20% of our net worth into crypto. That's what's going to happen, guys. And you have a choice right now whether you want to be a part of it or you don't. And that's it. I can't tell you what to do with your money, guys. But what I do tell is I do instruct some of my family and my close friends, and I do say to them, and I say pretty much the same thing that I'm saying to you guys right now. There's no BS on this channel, guys. We are here. We told you this was going to happen. We told you we were going to break out. We even zoomed in on a 4-hourly chart and said, watch this, guys. Go and watch that video yesterday. This is going to lead to a breakout. and we were spot on. We're not a genius. There's nothing special about us. We just know what we're looking at, and we understand that things happen to repeat. You know, there's nothing new under the sun. That's all I have for you in this video, guys. More of a serious one, I think. We want to look at a bigger time frame. You've still got that leg that we saw in Bitcoin, and we've now seen in Ethereum to take place for Cardano. That's how these things go. We know that Bitcoin is the first port of value before the rest of the market, you know, receives it and it trickles down. That's all I have for you in this video, guys. If you've enjoyed this content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. I want to know your feedback, good or bad. If you disagree with me on anything, let me know in the comment section, because I'd love to hear an alternative view. I think the fact that human beings disagree is what makes the world such a special place. If we all fought and agreed with one another, it would be boring. So that's all I have for you in this video, guys. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. I hope you found this content enjoyable and useful. We are going to be coming to you in 1080p probably tomorrow, guys. We bought a whole load of new software and hardware. We're going to really try and upgrade the channel. Lots of people said they wanted to see this beautiful face in 1080p. So we are going to make that dream a reality for you. That's all I have for you in this video, guys. Get subscribed, and I'll see you in the next YouTube video.